Hello lovely people, my name is Zsuzsanna and this is Moonreflections. We had a full moon the other day, couple of days ago we had on Earth Day, and we are going towards a Mother's Day, so there is a lot to celebrate. I got feedback from some people, many actually, who feel a little bit tired or fatigued. Not from the usual spring fatigue, but more like the past year has been a little bit too long and too tiresome. And there is a sense of disconnection from one's true center of being. Anytime when I experience something like that, I go out in nature, as nature is always connected to herself, and I get a great support. There was sunshine and the fruit trees were blooming, and I felt this tenderness towards them, because there is a lot that they can teach us. There is a Hungarian philosopher called Béla Hamvas who said that flowers are like the deepest mystery of a plant, because there was something hidden deep inside at the very core, which is a creative essence, and suddenly it comes up to the surface and offers itself to the light. And I thought that was a beautiful way to explain our spiritual backbone, our calling in this life. That there is something in our very core, our very essence, our calling in this life, hidden deep inside. Sometimes it is so hidden that even we do not realize it. But it is truly life's mystery that it wants to come up to the surface and show itself, bloom and offer itself to the light. So that is a beautiful teaching from the flowers. And I also learned fearlessness from them. As there was a long winter, we had a long winter. But they did not stay in a frozen state. They respond to spring and in present time. And every time when spring comes, they connect to nature, nature's cycle, and they are in present time. For they forget winter, they do not dwell in the past, they do not dwell about frost, winds, fires that they suffer through. They say, it is spring and I will bloom. As I feel that our bloom often misses spring because we stay in winter. So I learned fearlessness, and I learned to connect to the cycles of the universe, which is always a promise of a spring. Even when winter feels very, very, very long, there is always a promise of spring. Please do remember that. However hard it was, however cold it was, how frosty it was, spring is here. So please do sit in your own tree of life. Please do connect to your very core every morning with your breath, with your conscious breath, and remember, spring is here. The flowers in me, the essence in me, want to come up to the surface. I have beautiful flowers, and these flowers carry the act of creation. And whatever your flowers are promising, a beautiful project, a beautiful baby, a beautiful relationship, a beautiful garden, let it come up and let it manifest without fear. Essence on the outside, fearlessness, cycles of life, flowers. So walking in nature can be a very, very authentic experience, and it does remind us staying in present time, bring ourselves home from yesterday, to be connected with mind and body and soul, to be connected with all and to be in oneness. And as we sit in this oneness, in this highest frequency, you connect to your soul's intuition and scan your field. You scan your field in the earth, you scan your field in the air, and see what is in the field that is not true to your essence. What is in the field that does not respect earth below you, that does not respect the earth in your body. Anything that is manipulative, anything that destroys your seeds, anything that destroys your divine codes is a low frequency and will pull you out from your bloom, so to speak. How much reverence do you have for your own body? Everybody's here have been on a spiritual path for years and years and years, and have been trying to eat very well organic food, buying organic seeds, taking care of bees, protecting animals, planting forests. It's all about the reverence towards life as is. And by doing so, there is a reverence towards life within us as is, with its human codes. Anything that would want to override that is without reverence. In the earth, as manipulated seeds, manipulated animals, and it's also without reverence. If our seeds, our codes are manipulated, connecting to our very core, connecting to our soul essence, we can see very clearly what is in the field. Remembering why we are here, what is our calling, bring this up into the surface, offering it up to the light to create the most beautiful flower that we can. Making ourselves available to the highest light, the purest light, is the highest alchemy. Every day is Earth Day. Every day is Mother's Day. Every day is a human day. Every day is about oneness and creation. And when we are so connected to our call and to our channel, our intention, our highest intentions are supported, and we are in our creative divine powers. And to support our masculine part, our mental bodies, I like to use critical thinking skills, which means that I scan the field and try to see all sides of an information, even when it is not comfortable for me. I try to see the other or the third side's information, assess the information. Where is the source? Is it a reliable source? Is there a strength there or a weakness? And make deductions. If someone or something or some source has not had my trust for years or decades, most likely the information in a critical thinking way is not reliable. And I make deductions. So this is the masculine supporting my feminine supporting my masculine. Who you truly are comes from these two. From the inside out. What is supporting me to bring my deepest, most beautiful essence to come into the surface? What is supporting me to create? What is keeping me instead in a permanent, frozen, zombie state? So this is critical thinking 1. Who are you truly? from the inside out. And when I scan the field, when you scan the field, what things around you are really true? Under the mask, what is authentic truth? Is this authentic truth supports my oneness, supports creation, supports spring, supports bloom, supports nature, supports cycles, supports reverence for the earth? And thirdly, what does it mean to embody? What does it mean that after decades of spiritual work, I accept my highest potential? What does it mean to embody? Fully living in an authentic way. What is your truth? So, Earth Day, Mother's Day is truly in every day. And first of all, it is in us. It is in the earth. It is in our connection to earth. It is in our reverence to the pure creative force within each and every organic seed in the earth and in our bodies. When I started studying macrobiotics, it took me about 5 years to understand. It is about seeds. Whoever has the seed has the food. Whoever has clean organic seeds has tomorrow's food. Whoever has this seed has the tomorrow. I would like to ground today's session with a little information or a little story, okay? Which goes back about 150 years, 1863, when the first major chemical company called Bayer was created. And then Höchst, today Sanofi, and then 2 years later BASF. They incorporated, okay, this is 150 years ago, and they built the largest chemical company. And what they did, that everything around that you can imagine, from the willow tree down to the dandelion, they dissected those plants, took out a molecule. Let's see, from the willow tree, that there is something in the willow tree that you can use, and they made aspirin from one molecule. They copied nature, and then they patented it. You can imagine like 5 meters long, thick books full of patent molecules from nature that is patent. Do you understand that? So just imagine that the dandelion is dissected into 5,000 molecules, none of which is yours. They belong to this chemical company that started 150 years ago. Okay? This is called the German Chemical Society Manual. Right? So they copied nature and they made a German patent law, which means they owned that part of nature and they made money on it. Yeah. So the second part of the story, that during the First War, it was this chemical cartel that supported Wilhelm II, the Emperor of Germany, to go to war. They made bomb from nitrogen in the air, and gas, first weapons of mass destructions. Okay, mustard gas, they own the patent on it, and without these chemical companies there would have been no First World War. You have to know that. And then in 1926 they formulated the Farben cartel, which was the largest chemical company. It was valued at its time, 1926, 11 billion Reichsmark. Okay? And they were the largest financiers of the Nazi rise to power. And in the Nuremberg documents, more than 80 million Reichsmark was paid by Farben to the Nazi party. Okay. And in their Grand Plan East, Germany was to be this chemical cartel's economic and political headquarters. And the Eastern Europe and the rest of the world was as a reservoir or dependent consumer of their chemical stuff and of course slave laborers. One of their largest companies was only 7 kilometers from Auschwitz. Okay? The CEOs of this company were put to jail after the Nuremberg trial. Some was there for 11 years and then they got out. They got their old jobs back. Okay? These companies supported the Second World War 100% with the oil, poisonous gas 95%, explosives, pharmaceuticals. Okay? So that was the Second World War. And as I said, their CEOs were put to jail for war crimes, slavery, genocide, plundering. And after like 11 years in jail, when they got out, they got their jobs back. And these companies went under the control of two other companies, one in the USA and the other is in the UK. Okay. So these companies had three key areas of control. One was oil, which means energy. One was food, seeds, and the third one was pharmaceutical. Three key areas of this life. So I feel that we have been very gently trying to do good, really good, towards this earth and towards ourselves. And maybe this long winter and this spring ask us to concentrate and blossom so everyone can have health through clean food, so everyone can have energy, alternative energy, clean energy for all, food for all, and health for all. Please connect to your core, to your essence, and see if you are called in one of these areas. It is about reverence towards life as is. Thank you, loves. You have a nice day. Bye.